Well, did you like Picard, the show?
You know what? There were things about it I liked and things I didn't. Whoever Patrick Stewart is playing is not the Jean-Luc Picard from the TV series.
Right.
I don't know if that's the same Picard from the movies, which were obviously in a parallel universe.
Yes. It has to be.
Yeah.
In the show, he didn't care about being a Borg. He had zero emotional stake. Like, you know, you talk about Data, but I mean, seriously, like, I think Picard had less emotion somehow than the robot, android, whatever.
Oh, yeah. He certainly came across that way.
But in the movies, he had this, like, vendetta against them, you know? But I think it was the same thing with the original series, too, because, like, Kirk and Khan weren't these, like, arch enemies, but when they made the second movie, they comb through all the old episodes to find somebody to actually be a true villain. So Star Trek just has this history of doing that. But absolutely, the Picard in the show versus Picard in the, Picard in Next Gen versus Picard in his series Picard are very different people.
Yeah, and look, people do change over time. I'll give you that. But if you go from hating kids to loving kids in that shorter period of time, I'm not buying it. I mean, there might be one kid you liked quite a bit, but you know, there were things about it I thought were interesting, but they also seemed to forget other things. Like Chateau Picard burned down in Generations.
Right.
And
that was the whole point of it, too.
Yeah, and they act like that house in Picard, they act like that house has been there the whole time.
I assumed they rebuilt it. That was my assumption.
Yeah, but there were things they did in there. Like in season 2, they showed rooms that were there hundreds of years ago that are still there now. And if the place had burnt down, it wouldn't be that way. And I may be smashing seasons 1 and season 2 together a little bit. But there were things that were fun about Picard as well that I'll give them points for. I think more in season 2 than season 1. Like I don't know how much of it you paid attention to, but he dies and is put in a robot body at the end of season 1.
Right.
Right. And then season 2 starts, and instead of them being on a freelance vessel, now everybody's back in Starfleet.
Yeah.
They just kind of looked around and went, okay, well, nobody liked this feature of the show, so let's go that way with it. But that being said, there were things I like. Sometimes time travel stories are fun. But yeah, overall, no, the very different characters, and that's the way I feel about the movie of the Next Generation series as well. Picard's not the same in there as he is in the TV show.